Yo, I'm Set. That's my name. What do you guys think of the last episode? Episode 4, part 1. What are some of the key things that stood out for you? Are there any lessons that you're already thinking about? Because if you haven't, I need you to stop this now. Well, like and subscribe first. Stop this now. Go have a look at that video, right? Because a lot of what we're going to be covering now is going to be based on what happened in the last video, where we had our property broken into and had a massive amount of mess that we needed to deal with and resolve. Okay, cool. Now we're going to be covering 3, as is always the case, lessons relating to how you deal with a setback like this, or even better, to avoid a setback like that. Okay, where you have people breaking into your house and causing extensive damage. Okay, so number 1 is this: insure your property, and insure it immediately after taking ownership of the property. Okay, now don't assume that nothing like this is ever going to happen to you, or you'll just insure it when you finally get tenants. No, do it immediately. All right, and this is specific to property related insurance, not household contents. Now if you do have household contents, insure them too, but in this case I'm specifically referring to insuring your property, so that should anything happen, you are covered. We've seen what's happened in Durban in terms of the floods. This type of insurance would also cover something like that also happening. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, secure your property. I've already mentioned this in the past, and I'm going to mention it again, and I'm going to expand on it a bit, right? It's important to get somebody to live in your property while you are renovating it. That's important, and as I mentioned, do not assign this to contractors. Get somebody separate from them, somebody that's cost effective to do so for you, and get them to live in your property while you renovate. That's number 1. All right. On top of that, consider getting a barbed wire or a razor fence or whatever if it's not there already. Okay. Now, in our case, the house is such that at the back there are no other houses. There's an open space, so we were extra exposed. I don't know why we didn't do it. We just assumed that it would be safe. It was a bad idea. So put in a barbed wire or a razor fence or something like that. Now, I'm not particularly a big fan of electric fencing because you need to now incur operating costs moving forward. I don't like that, right? That hurts my bottom line. But if it makes sense for you and your financials can absorb that cost, do it. Whatever works for you. Okay. Last one regarding security is this: consider getting cameras. Yeah, because these are very good for a couple of reasons. One is the fact that it's easy to prove to parents and to tenants that the space is safe if there's visible cameras there. So it's great for marketing. Okay, you can even put it in your adverts to say we've got 24-hour CCTV, etc. Do that. But on top of that, though, what I particularly like about cameras, especially, like advances that have happened in the space, is the fact that you can now have your camera feed or your live feed of what's happening in your property at the palm of your hand, because most of them now can transfer the live feed into your phone. So at any given point in time, if you feel like checking out what's happening in the property, you'd be able to do so. Okay. And then lastly, it's discouraging for criminals. Whenever they see cameras, it's like the ultimate poster child for security. Whenever they see cameras, they're like, this one is probably not a good idea because they're going to find out what I'm doing. Okay. So that's number 2. Oh, and a quick one, which until recently I haven't put a lot of emphasis on, is Get to know your neighbors and tell them that you are the new neighbor and this is what you're intending to do and this is what you're going to be busy with for the next couple of weeks, right? This will help you quite a bit because you're now going to have your neighbors also looking after your property, and it's just going to help you keep it safe. Okay, number 3, and this one is very, very important, guys. All right, don't dwell on what's happened. Focus on exactly what needs to be done for you to make this situation better or to take care of the situation. Okay, so I do this by way of a task list, right? And in this task list, I have a few action items that I need to complete. Number 1 is this: take as much evidence as possible in terms of what's happened. So this could be videos, this could be photos of the damage that was caused. Take that, right? Because you might need that as a body of evidence when dealing with the insurance or any other person, right? That's number 1. Number 2 is report this as soon as possible to the South African police, right? Now, it might happen that they might catch these, they might get some of the stuff back, great. But that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it so that you can get a case number so that you would be able to do what? To claim for insurance, right? And then number 3 is this: claim for insurance, right? And provide as extensive and as complete information as you know to them so that they can do something about it, right? In our case, there was a unique thing that happened in a sense that the water had been left running for a couple of days, and as a result, there was an extensive water bill that was going to be coming from the municipality, right? In such a case, go to the municipality and fill out whatever form that they want you to fill out and make sure that they know what's happened, because it's going to have a massive impact on your electrical or municipal bill, water bill. So the sooner they know about this, the better, because then you have a basis for you to get a discount for that period where there was damage done to your property, and because you have the body of evidence, you can show them what's happened. Okay, so these are my 3 lessons learned from having a break-in or having a setback relating to a break-in into your investment property. Okay, I hope it adds a lot of value to your investment property, and I hope you never have to deal or just suffer through something like this. Okay, but if you have to, at least you now have some of the tools to help you sort it out. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Okay, sharp.